Camryn Grimes is here. We were just talking to Joshua, who's like, I love that girl since she was little 6-year-old Cammy. Ugh.
He's just unpleasant. I don't.
But
I
he
mean,
has
you've heard
such.
it here before.
You heard it here. But he has such love for you. That's amazing. We've had this talk with
I know
him.
it's really frustrating. I've tried to speak to him about it. I just, he likes me. I don't like him. We try to. No, I'm joking. We try to make it work.
Try to make it work.
No, we genuinely really, really enjoy each other, and it's been so nice being back on the show now. I think now it's again another 10 years.
Do you know how many episodes of this 13K you've been on?
I have no idea.
In the distinction of two different characters.
I don't know if I want to know. I think
In
it
the
would
distinction.
horrify me in the best way possible. But
Didn't they tell you when you were being killed off? Wasn't there something that last day they said, your last day, when you had, what happened that day? There was something awful.
Everybody cried.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of tears. It was very sad.
How were you?
I think I couldn't conceptualize it in my brain. I was sort of, everybody was emotional around me, so I sort of did what I do, which is like, I was strong, I guess.
Which is like you anyways now.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, everybody was so emotional, and it was kind of overwhelming, and I couldn't really imagine a world where I just the next day wasn't coming to work anymore. It didn't make sense to me. So it wasn't until way, way later where I realized, and it sunk in, and I had to, I had to deal with that and kind of wrap my brain around it.
What do you remember when you got the call and said, we're bringing you back, you're going to play Mariah?
Well, that was a slow process.
Because I didn't know if they were definitely going to commit to that, right?
They weren't initially. So it was, 4 to 6 episodes, which when I got that call from my agent, I was like, they're aware that I'm dead, right? Like 4 to 6 episodes. I had been back for an episode here or there where it's a dream or a ghost or, but 4 to 6 episodes was definitely a shock for me. And then I came back and it just kind of kept extending and going. And it wasn't until I think a few months into that where it had turned into much more than the initial 4 to 6 episodes, where I kind of went upstairs and was like, what are we doing here? Pilot season was coming
Well, I got pilot
that.
Season. Am I on?
Yeah, like at that point, I was like, is this going to end? Like, what? And they were like, no, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. And I was like, oh, okay.
Now, interestingly enough, you come back and you're part of a same-sex storyline, which unfortunately, there isn't that much in daytime. It's always like, are they going to have the gay guys? Are they going to have the girl? Like, what? There's, how do you feel about taking that on? And how do you feel now? They're just kind of the fabric of the show now.
Yeah, no, I love them as a couple. I think it's great. I think there's so many amazing stories you can tell. It's like regular life, I know, yes, people cheat and divorce and they get together and they break up and a million things, but there are also plenty of people who stay together who struggle through issues and have their own stories and their own journeys. I think there's still a lot of story you can tell. Some that may have to do with them being, a same-sex couple, and some that doesn't have anything to do with it, because that's just life, Right. They're a part of the fabric of our real lives, and we are, like it's a community. Like, we're here, we're not going anywhere. Like, it needs to be a part of what's shown. That's why representation is so important. Like, it needs to be more seen and more viewed,
Well, happy 13K.
Thank you.
Amazing,
so much.
amazing.
I cannot claim it all on my own. It takes everybody you see around
and
you.
Joshua Morrow.
And specifically Joshua Morrow and all the people you don't see behind the scenes. So that's who deserves all of the credit here.